Hello everybody, it's Aaron back from Screen Stars, and I'm here once again to do another review for Geek Legion of Doom, and today I'm here to review the supernatural thriller Noise in the Middle, a film that is co-written and directed by Marcus McCollum, and it stars John Messer, Faye Hostletter, Jim Holmes, Juliet Jeffers and Tara Buck. Now this focuses on a father and daughter who essentially move cross country. Now he's just lost his wife and she's just lost her mother recently, and the daughter is on the autistic spectrum. She's a non-verbal individual with autism, very complex autism, and the father is taking her cross country. It was kind of like the mother's last wish for some experimental therapy for the daughter, in the hope that it will improve her autism and help her with her communication skills. The father, Richard, is a lawyer he's been laid off work briefly because he's going through some kind of case where he's been sued or something like that, so his job's at risk. So he's under a lot of pressure because he's lost his wife, his job's under pressure, and his daughter with very complex autism is not the easiest to look after. While they're at this place that they're renting, he in particular starts experiencing some supernatural events, and he starts tying things together and assuming it's the wife trying to make contact, and all this is intertwined with the daughter's troubles and this experimental treatment that is taking place. Right, so what are my thoughts on Noise in the Middle? Well, this is described as on IMDb just as a thriller, but this is clearly a supernatural thriller. There are supernatural elements to this film, however it's not like in-your-face horror, even though there are a couple of scares here and there. I'm not sure I'd describe it certainly as a full-on horror. It's more of a supernatural thriller. And it's quite a nicely put together film, I have to say. It's kind of a film that's at odds with itself, because it's like a relationship stroke family drama with some quite intense stuff going on. The daughter, like I say, has got really complex autism and is non-verbal, gets upset and frustrated very easily because she can't communicate. The father, who is obviously struggling because it's clear that the mother had more to do with the daughter than him. He was more of a career man, being a lawyer, so he's really struggling to cope with his daughter, and that alone is a film in itself. For me personally, when the supernatural elements started coming into the film, it was kind of at odds with the rest of the film. Didn't fit. And by the end it kind of overpowered the other part of the film, and I enjoyed that part of it less, if I'm being perfectly honest. It kind of became by the end a little bit Shining. The father it's coming deeper and deeper into this and more obsessed. He's getting the darkness under his eyes, all this kind of stuff, and he's being taken over by all this supernatural stuff, if you like, by the end. And I just got Shining vibes from it, you know what I mean? And it was starting to lose its identity, I felt, by the end of this film. Although I did like the ending that they gave us. I do want to talk a little bit here about Faye Hostletter, who plays the daughter Emmy with autism. Don't know anything about this actress, never seen her in anything before, and I'm presuming she doesn't have autism, but it was a remarkable performance, I have to say. I mean, this is coming from someone myself who has worked in care, and I have worked over 20 years in care with learning disabilities, and I've supported many people with autism, very complex autism, non-verbal autism, very similar to what you see in this film, and even more complex. And I thought she gave a really impressive and remarkable performance. A very talented young actress, and it could easily have ruined the film, this performance, and it didn't. It absolutely enhanced the film, so I applaud her performance, as I do John Messer, who plays the father. Brilliant performance by him as well. Very natural performance, to the point where you actually don't like his character that much, because you feel his frustration, and he gets very angry with his daughter very quickly, but you've got to kind of realise what's going on here. He's never really had to deal with his daughter, and this is all new to him, and he gets really frustrated by it all, very angry. And I could see everything that he was doing to try and help his daughter was wrong. He had no patience. He wasn't attempting to learn how to communicate with her. And I could see everything he was doing wrong, because I've been trained how to work with someone with autism, and I know what you need to do. So I found his performance really, really interesting, if not frustrating, but that's credit to him and his acting. I do think the film was well written. I do think, though, the supernatural stuff, I think it was at odds with the film. It didn't feel... I'd have been happy just to have the family drama side of it, that dramatic side of the film, with a little bit of that tense thriller thrown in there. The supernatural elements, I think, by the end of the film, overpowered it and became too prominent, in my opinion. And a little bit... I don't know what the right word is really, how to describe how I felt about that side of thing. I was enjoying the other part of the film more, I think, and I wanted to see how it was going to turn out. And I really liked that side of it. I liked the performances, I liked the writing, but it looked beautiful as well, the film. This nice sheen and glow over it. It's a bit of a slow burn. I'm not sure everyone will like it, but I personally found it a bit of a dark, poetic thriller with some very, very impressive performances, with an interesting plot, and the supernatural elements of it I wasn't overly keen on, but I understand why they put them in there, if you like. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Definitely worth checking out. It's something a little bit different. Nicely put together film with some lovely performances, and it is certainly worth checking out. So that is my thoughts and review on Noise in the Middle. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching, and of course don't forget to call back on Geek Legion of Doom for more content very soon.